Do you think Steve Thompson Magana, better known as Oga Obinna, is just another noisy entertainer chasing clout? Wrong. This man is a masterclass in how to flip controversy into currency, how to turn setbacks into headlines, and how to make sure his name is never far from the spotlight. Born on June 6, 1990, in Masino, Kisumu County, Obinna's story is a mix of two worlds. His father Luo, his mother Nigerian Igbo, giving him a cultural edge that has shaped his comedy, his content, and his attitude towards life. But don't get it twisted, his rise wasn't polished. He grew up in a Christian household, where discipline was non-negotiable, and as a teenager, he never stood out as the genius type. At Kalembo Boys High School, he walked away with a modest C+ in KCSE. For many Kenyans, that's the end of the road. For Obinna, it was the ignition switch. He refused to let an exam define him. He packed his bags, headed to Nairobi in 2009, and entered the battlefield of the city with nothing but charisma and a stubborn belief that he could entertain his way to the top. The first jobs weren't glamorous. He worked as a waiter, a hawker, even odd cleaning gigs. But while others complained, he collected stories, accents, and material. These struggles became the backbone of his humor, proof that laughter was his greatest survival tool. Nairobi wasn't kind, but it was a classroom. Obinna sharpened his craft in the most unexpected corners. Small-time MC gigs, karaoke nights, low-paying comedy sets where nobody even remembered the lineup. But he understood something crucial. Exposure was worth more than applause. Slowly, his cheeky, edgy humor began to resonate. He didn't just tell jokes. He attacked everyday life with a boldness most comedians feared. He mixed Nigerian bravado with Kenyan relatability, earning him the nickname Kenya's loudest MC. By the mid-2010s, his hustle was finally paying off. He was hosting bigger gigs, showing up on mainstream platforms, and even dropping music with a satirical twist. But the real turning point came when he fully embraced digital platforms. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram weren't just extras for him. They became his empire. His sketches poked fun at politics, relationships, parenting, and Nairobi's wild lifestyle. His high-energy, unfiltered delivery connected with Kenya's youth in ways that safe comedians never could. And unlike many entertainers, he didn't put all his eggs in one basket. Obinna made himself a brand. Comedian, MC, radio host, influencer, singer, YouTuber. He diversified, and in a country where trends die quickly, he stayed alive by constantly reinventing himself. Then came the big leagues, radio. If comedy gave him a stage, radio gave him a megaphone. Oga Obinna became one of Kenya's most recognizable voices, hosting shows on major stations, including Kiss FM alongside Kamini Goro. His on-air presence was bold, witty, and unapologetic, often sparking heated debates that would spill over to social media. He wasn't afraid to say what others whispered, and that made him both loved and hated. Controversy became his fuel. From heated exchanges with fellow celebrities to public beefs about money, parenting, and relationships, Obinna mastered the art of staying trending. But here's the twist. While many scandals destroy careers, for him, they built one. Each backlash only widened his audience, because people tuned in just to see what he'd say next. Off-air, his personal life was equally headline-worthy. He's a proud father of 4, raising his kids openly in the spotlight, something rare for Kenyan entertainers. He flipped the script on the deadbeat dad stereotype by showing up, loudly, for his children, even when his co-parenting drama hit the blogs. To his fans, this was refreshing. To his critics, it was a performance. But whether you loved him or hated him, one thing was undeniable. You were paying attention. What makes Obinna's story different is that he's not just chasing clout. He's monetizing it. Beyond comedy and radio, he built multiple income streams, from endorsements and corporate gigs to hosting, content creation, and even music. He branded himself as a lifestyle personality, selling not just jokes, but influence. His YouTube channel exploded with interviews, skits, and commentaries that brought in ad revenue and cemented him as more than a comedian. He became a digital entrepreneur. And here's the thing. While many of his peers disappeared after one viral moment, Obinna stayed consistent. He studied the algorithms, learned the business side, and kept delivering content at a pace the audience couldn't ignore. His catchphrases, his over-the-top laugh, his Nigerian-Kenyan identity, all of it became part of a formula that guaranteed visibility. The controversies? They weren't accidents. They were chess moves in the game of staying relevant. And in Kenya's brutal entertainment industry, where silence equals death, Obinna chose to stay loud, and it worked. Today, Thompson Magana, aka Oga Obinna, stands as one of Kenya's most unpredictable yet successful entertainers. From a C+ in Kisumu to commanding airwaves in Nairobi, from waiting tables to hosting corporate events, from being dismissed as too loud to becoming a cultural voice. His journey proves that audacity can build empires. He's not perfect, and he doesn't pretend to be. But that imperfection is exactly why his story resonates. He represents every young Kenyan hustler who feels underestimated, every creative who's told they're too different, too controversial, too much. Obinna's rise is a reminder that you don't have to fit in to win. You just have to outlast everyone else. And if there's one undeniable truth about Oga Obinna, it's this: he will not be ignored. So the next time you hear his booming laugh or see his name trending for something outrageous, remember, this is not noise. This is strategy. This is survival. And this is the story of a man who turned his volume into victory.